Hi, please kindly subscribe to this channel, One Forum News, for the best analysis in politics, crime, and security. Wow, political chaos in Kenya as Raila Odinga fights President William Ruto with demonstrations. On Monday, March 20, 2023, Raila Odinga, who is the opposition leader in Kenya, declared that mass action will happen every Monday and Thursday in Kenya. In fact, this whole protest as a result of Raila Odinga and his supporters believing that they won the 9th August 2022's election against Ruto but were robbed. However, it is an international knowledge that Raila went to court and was defeated again as the court upheld the victory of President Ruto. That is why it's very difficult for a lot of people to understand the reason why Raila can't reconcile with the fact that he has lost. Meanwhile, in democracy, once you decide to participate in election, definitely one person will win and another person will lose. And this is exactly what happened to Raila Odinga. But he sees no reason why he should lose this very election. And he is on the street demonstrating just to make the country ungovernable for a Ruto-led government. But what is sad is it's causing a lot of mayhem in the country. And instead of them to concentrate to build a country which is in a very serious economic shackles, they are now fighting each other with demonstrations. Some are questioning why Raila, who is 78 years, should be inciting the youth to demonstrate against the government in Kenya. But sadly, he's very popular in the country, and a lot of people, at least almost half of the population in Kenya, are in support of him. And he's also backed by the former president of Kenya, that is Uhuru Kenyatta. And that is giving a lot of firm and grip to a lot of people and dictating things in the country. He was part of a democratic process and lost. That's the sad aspect of it. So, though it is his right to demonstrate, he should do that within the confines of the laws of Kenya. But it seems the government is not finding it cool with him at all, and they are ready to fight him now. Even some religious leaders from Nyeri also want Raila to call off mass anti-government protests across the country just for peace to reign. According to the preachers, the protests were not good for Kenyans as they were taking away time, resources, and even innocent life. That is exactly what protest does. Once you decide to go on protest, people may die, people may be hurt, and you are going to waste time instead of using that time judiciously to build a country. And that is exactly what is happening. They are very confident that Raila can address his grievances through other peaceful ways, like using the legislative wing of government instead of having protests in the street. But as a man that always wants to be in the street and be popular, he's marching his soldiers, that is his followers, and those that believe in his ideologies to the street. And a lot of troubles are happening in Kenya as we speak. I think somewhere last Monday, March 27, 2023, the demonstration was very brutal. And the Azumio leader, Raila, taking to his official Twitter handle after demonstrations, took a swipe at the deputy president, accusing him of ordering the police to brutalize his supporters. Yes, this is something that happens mostly if you are making or doing things that seems to make the country ungovernable. The leaders or those in power are likely to retaliate or to fight back because they are the people who are backed by law to use force. And if there is something that is going on that they see or deem per their constitution that is not right, they are likely to use the force, be the civilian police force or the military. So that's exactly what is happening. But it seems Raila Odinga is not so happy about it as he took to his Twitter page to air out that view. In his own words, the defined Raila went on to say that, let me quote him here, "We want to assure the illegitimate regime that we will see them bright and early on Thursday nationwide." Oh, Mr. Raila, all these things are not good for Kenyan's young democracy. A lot of things are there for you to channel those energy and resources to. In fact, all these are not necessary, as I said earlier, in democracy. But unfortunately, this is very common in Kenya over the years, and a lot of people went to jail and were killed because of this very conduct. But Kenya, as citizens or citizens of Kenya, it seems they haven't learned any lesson from the bad or the past mistakes that some of their leaders did that led to the death of some of them. They are still on following massively, so in support of what Raila Odinga is doing. But as usual, Raila is seen as a fighter who doesn't give up easily, and he was allegedly accused of fighting his own father in the past, who, even out of anger, cursed him that he would never be or he would never become a president in the country of Kenya, which citizens always refer to anytime that he loses elections. Well, in a separate development, the family farm of the former President Kenyatta was also set ablaze by some unknown counter demonstrators who stole animals and foodstuffs from the farm. This is very sad. This shouldn't happen in a country that is practicing democracy. He is accused earlier by the government, that is, Uhuru Kenyatta was accused earlier by the government officials that he is a major sponsor of the Raila Odinga led demonstrations in the country. So maybe that may seem to be a counter, but it's not something that will help the country. Well, critically looking at all these incidences in the country Kenya, if care is not taken, Kenya will go down into political conflict again, as it happened in 2017 and earlier, where great number of people died. But let us pray for Kenya and wish them all the best for the practice of their democracy. Please, for more analysis on politics, crime, and security, kindly subscribe to this channel, One Forum News, for the best. Thank you so much.